I stood in the kitchen, gripping the edge of the counter so hard my knuckles turned white, when she said it. My ex is coming to our party. Be cool or it's over. Her words hit like a punch I didn't see coming. I looked at her, my girlfriend of 2 years, her brown eyes steady but sharp, like she was daring me to argue. I swallowed the knot in my throat and forced a smile. I'll be cool, I said, my voice quieter than I meant. But inside my chest was a storm. I'm Jake, by the way. Just a regular guy, 29, working a steady job at a tech startup. Living in a small apartment with Mia. The woman I thought I'd marry someday. Life with her was good, great even. We'd spend Saturday mornings making pancakes, her laughing as I flipped them too early, batter splattering on the stove. We'd binge shows on the couch, her feet in my lap, my hand tracing circles on her ankle. It was simple, but it was ours. Mia was my home. The kind of person who could light up a room with her laugh or break your heart with a single look. I loved her. God, I loved her. But then this party came up. Our 3rd anniversary was in a week, and Mia wanted to throw a big bash at our place to celebrate. I was all in, buying decorations, planning the playlist, even sneaking her favorite wine into the cart. It felt like us against the world, planning something special. Until 2 days ago when she dropped the bomb about her ex, Ryan. Ryan. Just saying his name in my head tasted bitter. Mia dated him for 3 years before me. She'd mentioned him in passing. A high school sweetheart who became a college fling, then fizzled out. She always said it was nothing, that they were better as friends. I believed her. Why wouldn't I? But the way she brought him up this time, so casual yet so firm, made my stomach twist. He's in town and I invited him. It's not a big deal, Jake. Just be cool. Her tone had an edge, like she was warning me not to make it a thing. But it was a thing. I could feel it. The day of the party, our apartment was buzzing. Fairy lights draped over the windows, music thumping softly, friends spilling in with bottles of beer and cheesy grins. I played the good host, cracking jokes, refilling drinks, but my eyes kept darting to the door. Every time it opened, my heart jumped, waiting for him. Mia was across the room, laughing with her best friend, Tara, her red dress hugging her curves. She looked happy, but I noticed her glance at her phone too often, her fingers tapping nervously. Then he walked in. Ryan. Tall, broad-shouldered, with a smile that screamed confidence. He hugged Mia like it was nothing, his hand lingering on her back a second too long. I stood by the snack table pretending to rearrange chips, but my chest burned. She introduced him to everyone, her voice bright, like he was just another guest. When she brought him over to me, I forced a handshake, my grip tighter than it needed to be. Good to meet you, man, he said, his eyes scanning me like he was sizing me up. Yeah, you too, I muttered, hating how small I felt. The night dragged on and I tried to be cool like she asked. I laughed at the right times, poured drinks, even made small talk with Ryan about his job, some finance gig in Chicago. But I couldn't shake the feeling that something was off. Mia kept finding reasons to talk to him, her laugh louder when he was near, her hand brushing his arm once, twice. I told myself I was paranoid, that I was reading too much into it. But then I saw it. I'd stepped onto the balcony for air, needing a break from the noise. Through the glass door I saw Mia and Ryan in the corner of the living room, away from the crowd. She was leaning in, her face serious, his hand on her elbow. They were whispering, their heads close, like the rest of the world didn't exist. My heart pounded so loud I thought it'd burst. I pushed back inside, weaving through people, my mind screaming for answers. Hey, I said, my voice sharper than I meant. They pulled apart, Mia's eyes wide like she'd been caught. Everything okay? I asked, staring at her, then him. Ryan smirked just a flicker before saying, yeah man, just catching up. Mia nodded, too quick, her smile forced. It's fine, Jake. Just talking. But her voice trembled and I knew she was lying. I didn't make a scene. I couldn't. Not with everyone there, not when she'd told me to be cool. But the rest of the night I was a ghost, moving through the party, my mind stuck on that moment. When the last guest left and it was just us, I couldn't hold it in anymore. Mia, what was that with Ryan? I asked, standing in the kitchen, empty cups scattered around us. She sighed, tossing a napkin in the trash. Nothing, Jake. You're overreacting. Her dismissal stung, but I pressed. I saw you too. Whispering, touching. Don't tell me it's nothing. Her face changed then, her eyes flashing with something. Guilt, maybe, or anger. You don't trust me, she said, her voice low. After 2 years you still don't trust me. That's when it came out. She admitted they'd been texting for months. Not often, she said, but enough. He'd reached out when he moved back to town, and she didn't tell me because she knew I'd make it weird. They were just friends, she insisted, but the way she said it, the way her eyes wouldn't meet mine, told me there was more. I need space, she said finally, her voice breaking. I don't know what I want right now. I stood there, frozen, as she grabbed her coat and left, the door clicking shut behind her. Our apartment, still warm from the party, felt like a tomb. I sank onto the couch, staring at the fairy lights we'd hung together, now mocking me with their glow. I'd lost her. Not to Ryan, not yet, but to the doubt, the secrets, the space she needed. I kept replaying her words, her laugh with him, the way she looked at me like I was the one breaking us. Days passed and she didn't come back. She texted once, saying she was staying with Tara, figuring things out. I didn't reply. I couldn't. Instead, I packed up her stuff, her favorite mug, her red dress, the little things that used to make me smile. I left the box by the door, not out of spite, but because holding on to it hurt too much. I wasn't angry anymore, just empty. I'd been cool like she asked, but it hadn't been enough. Looking back, I don't know if she'll choose him or me or herself. But I know I can't wait forever. Sometimes love means letting go, even when it feels like losing everything. And as I sit here in this too quiet apartment, I'm learning to live with that. If you've listened all the way till now, thank you. It means a lot to share this with you. Your support makes these stories feel less heavy, like I'm not carrying them alone.